If you are raising kids abroad, you might have heard the term third culture kid or TCK, and that's a term that's widely used for kids who grow up outside their passport country. And it's really important if you are raising kids abroad that you know what this term means so that you know what that means for your kids. So, third culture kid is not combining one culture and another culture to make a third culture. So it's not like yellow and blue make green, and your kid is a mix of these two different cultures. They may be, but that's not what a third culture kid is. The third culture isn't a mix of different cultures. It is its own set of characteristics that are shared by other kids who've grown up between cultures and lived outside their passport country. Those shared characteristics are really unique to third culture kids and don't really change even if these kids grew up in different countries around the world. So that's why you can have a child who is from Zimbabwe and raised in Singapore that has shared characteristics to a child who was born in the United States and raised in Uruguay. It is not about the actual geographic locations. It's about these shared characteristics of growing up globally mobile. Now, those shared characteristics can be studied. And at TCK training, we do a lot of research on what those characteristics are. And we look at how those things impact them both in their childhood and then in their adulthood. Some of the things that we find are that these kids tend to wonder where home is. They have some identity challenges, some struggles with belonging and feeling like they don't fit in completely in either place. There's also a lot of grief and loss because even if it's just the first move to a different country and then back to their passport country, they're still leaving an entire life and world behind by getting on an airplane and going to another place. The other thing that we see is that these kids have lots of opportunity for big emotions, both very positive, exciting things. You get to go on adventures, even just the adventure of moving to a different country. Often, third culture kids have really cool experiences. But then there's also often some really hard things that they experience. If they live in a third world country, maybe they're witnessing extreme poverty, or maybe it's just the hard experiences of friends seeming to move away and in and out of their lives all the time. Either way, these big emotions on both sides of the spectrum create the opportunity for emotional intelligence, but also the challenge of learning how to feel and express those emotions. And for third culture kids who are often part of military service or missionary service or foreign diplomatic service, they also feel the pressure to perform and put on a good face. And when you feel that pressure to perform and put on a good face, and you're also experiencing this big range of emotions, it's really easy to limit the emotions that you actually feel and express, which can be really challenging when there's so many big emotions in the TCK life. So, those are some shared characteristics of third culture kids. A third culture kid is a amazing experience. It's incredible to grow up abroad. I personally grew up in Tanzania, East Africa, and living between the United States and Tanzania gave me so many benefits in my adult life. And those benefits are also shared characteristics of third culture kids. Everything from adaptability to increased empathy and compassion to the ability to navigate between cultures and even languages sometimes. It is incredible the benefits that come from being a third culture kid. At TCK training, we teach parents and organizations and international schools how to care well for third culture kids and those really unique characteristics that they have. So, check out our Raising Thriving Kids Abroad workshop. It is a short workshop that gives you the basics of what you need to know about raising third culture kids.